everybody, welcome back to today's video. Today I'm going to be talking about the UK Foundation program, the English requirement. 3 different things you need that you can use to prove your English to apply for the UK Foundation program. The first is the Dean's Letter. Now there are certain countries that I know for sure can use the Dean's Letter as proof of English. So if you studied in Antigua and Barbuda, you can definitely use that. Australia, you can use your Dean's Letter. The Bahamas, you can use your Dean's Letter. Barbados, Belize, the British Overseas Territory, Canada, Dominica, Grenada, Guyana, Jamaica, Ireland, Malta, New Zealand, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Trinidad and Tobago, the United States of America. Your university is located in any of these countries. For sure, you can use your Dean's Letter as proof of English. What does that mean? That means that you don't need to write IELTS or OET, which is the next thing I am going to talk about. So the first proof of English that can be used is the Dean's Letter. And these countries are considered English-speaking country by the General Medical Council, okay? So if you're a graduate from any of this country, I know a friend that finished from Dominica, okay, and have to take the IELTS or OET. So the Dean's Letter was just sufficient to say, oh, we taught our students in English and also clinical interactions took place in English, and that was it. If you don't have a Dean's Letter, then you have to take the IELTS. Now for IELTS, the minimum score required by the UkFpo is 7.5 in each domain. Okay, so I'm sure you guys know about IELTS, so I'm not going to bore you, okay? So you know there's the speaking, listening, reading, and writing. So for the UkFpo, you need to score 7.5 in each domain in one sitting. And for IELTS, it can either be general, academic, or UKVI. So they accept any of them. This year, 2023, which is for UK 2024, UkFpo is currently accepting general IELTS, they're accepting academic IELTS or the UKVI. Now the issue is that with the GMC, I think for GMC only accepts academic, and this is why it gets a bit dicey for a lot of people, okay? And for GMC, their cutoff mark is actually a bit lower, okay? You need to score 7 in each domain, however, overall you need to score 7.5. But for the UkFpo, you need to score 7.5 in each domain. But let me let you guys know that the UkFpo has published on their website that subsequently, the only IELTS they will be accepting is academic. So the UkFpo has already published that for the UkFpo 2025, which application will take place 2020. For that, it's going to be IELTS, okay? So they will no longer accept the general. So just take note of that in case you're planning to apply. That way, you can definitely use one stone to kill 2 birds, right? That's all he said. Yeah. Finally, I got it right. Yeah, so you can essentially use that same academic IELTS to apply for GMC and at the same time to apply for the UkFpo. So if you don't do the IELTS, there is another one that you can do, which is the OET, okay? And for OET, you need to have a minimum of 400 in each domain, okay? And now, unlike the GMC that accepts B in each domain, unfortunately for the UkFpo, you need to score 400 in each domain. So you cannot get 430 in listening, 450 in speaking, you know, 420 in reading, and then score 390 in writing. Unfortunately, it will not be acceptable. And even though it's a B, it's not acceptable because you need to score 400 in each domain for the UkFpo. So for some people, unfortunately, they could only meet the requirement for GMC, which is 350 or B at least in each domain, okay? And the OET must be valid, and the IELTS, by the way, must be valid 2 years from the start of foundation program. What does that mean? So for next year, the foundation program is starting on August 6, 2024. So that means that your IELTS or OET must be written no later than the 6th of August 2022. Okay? No earlier, rather, not no later. Okay? So that means that if your IELTS or your OET was written on the 1st of August 2022, I'm sorry, it's not going to be accepted. And there are some people that are in these shoes right now who they applied for 2023, but for whatever reason they didn't get through. And remember that because they were applying for 2023, they wrote their exam, they wrote the OET, let's say in January 2022. But now for 2024, they cannot use the same OET. They would have to write a new one. And very importantly, your result must be ready by the end of eligibility window. And for eligibility window, it closes the 25th of July. So that means that if your result is going to come out, unfortunately, by the 1st of August this year, except by miracle they extend it, unfortunately, it will not pass through and you will not be eligible. So it's really important that you do stick to the timeline. For those of you who are wondering, oh my god, this video is coming really late, computer IeLTS takes 3 to 5 days for the results to come out. So if it's something you're thinking of, something you're just sitting on, you can just give it a try. You just never can tell. So if you feel like you could study for it, you still have about 3 weeks plus or minus, and you could take a chance and just do that, and you just never can tell what your luck would be. That's something to do. It unfortunately takes about 15 working days. So at this point, I mean, it's probably a bit late already for OET, but the UkFpo accepts it, so it can be done from home. If you cannot meet this year, you already know that for 2025, okay, the foundation program is going to start on the first Wednesday in August 2025, okay? Again, just watch out, but that's usually the trend anyways, okay? That's usually the trend, it's the first Wednesday in August. If you know that you cannot make it this year, I mean, you could try like sometime in December later this year so that you're ready for 2025, you know, ready in time. But don't write it earlier because then you will not be able to use it for 2025. It must be ready at the end of eligibility, and you cannot combine attempts, unfortunately. It's the same with GMC. It's one sitting that they require, okay? And I already differentiated the difference between the GMC cutoff mark and the UkFpo. They don't accept the same thing. They are two different organizations by themselves. Gotten to this point, please do not forget to subscribe, share, and like the video. Thank you very much for your time, and see you next time. Again, if you have any questions, any concerns, do not hesitate to let me know in the comment section. I am more than happy to make videos. Okay, thank you. See you later. Bye bye now.